Hello Godzilla fans of the internet, I'm back with another video. Today we got another review for you because I have probably the greatest X Plus figure I have in my collection now. And you can probably see it beside me. Also, I'm probably going to name the video the title of this figure. Here we have the Shin Godzilla Awakening version. This is the G-Store exclusive or the Godzilla Store exclusive. So there's three different kinds you get to choose from here. I'll explain the differences here in a little bit. But there is the Rick Boy version, there is the standard version, and then there's this one, the Godzilla Store exclusive. And I picked this one because honestly I thought it looked the best, and I'm not huge on the light ups. It does look really cool, however, on other people's posts that I've seen, the light up does look really cool, but there are some problems. I'll get into that a little bit, but that's for later. So yeah, this is the best figure I got in my collection by far now, and I really want to do a review on this. I really haven't seen too many reviews on it yet. So I'll try to do the best I can for you guys. So let's just get started with the video now. Okay, to start things off, I actually have the box still. I haven't cut it up yet. It's a pretty standard 30 centimeter box. Not really, it's about what you think it's going to be. It's just got artwork on the front here, and then the back is all cardboard. Real interesting. If you want to see it, that's what it looks like. Blue sky background. Actually a kind of cool picture, but I don't keep boxes. I don't have enough room. I have this one tiny room to myself here, so I don't keep the boxes. Not worth it, people. Not worth it. So, what does come in the box, however, as you can kind of see here, we've got a nice little tail stand. I know some people hate tail stands. I don't really care at all. I don't know why it bothers so many people, to be quite frank with you. I don't see the tail stands when I display mine, so it really doesn't bother me. But it does have a tail stand. Doesn't sit flat on its feet. Another thing the box also comes with is it has another tail stand, I guess, but for this part here. It's going to hold the tail up, and it's going to stop it from drooping over time because the tail does come out so far. So it has another support in there for you if you do choose to use it. I haven't used it yet. I probably will, though, in a little bit because I would rather not have the tail fall. Although it is vinyl, there's probably some ways that you could reform it, but I don't want to go through the hassle of that. So we aren't going to use it yet, but we're going to use it pretty soon. And inside the packaging, I'm not going to get it out because it's not really worth it. You have your standard plastic casing that protects the figure in shipping. Just like every other X Plus figure, if you've ever got one, it's essentially it's the same packaging that I've got with every single X Plus that I have. All right, without further ado, it's time to talk about the figure itself. And I don't even know where to start because this figure is so crazy. It's hard to take in really in one glance, but we're just going to do the same thing I've always done, and we're going to start top down and work our way through that. So we'll start with the face here. As you can see, it's pretty obvious that he's got a wide open mouth about as far as it can go. This is from the scene in the movie where he shows off his atomic breath, and I really like how this looks. It looks fantastic. I just to get that out of the way, the teeth well painted. We got a little bit of like a yellowish white tint to each of them. I don't really know how sharp they are. They aren't too soft or sharp. Sorry. But they do look really good. There's a lot of teeth that they added in here. His gums, if that's what you want to call them, also are really well painted. We have like a purple-ish red on some parts. The inside's going to be purple, but if you look at it from certain angles, it does reflect back as a kind of reddish pink is the best way I can describe it. His eyes, as small as they are in this film, they look really good. For the figure, they're really well painted, again, for being how small they are, and again look very accurate. His eyes are super small in the movie, so that's something we look for here. We're going to move our way down to the whole body. You got on this one, and here's some of the differences between the three versions. So the G-Store exclusive, it's a translucent vinyl. On the other ones that I've seen, I don't think it's translucent. It appears to be more of a reddish coloration if you don't opt for this version. To be honest, I think this one looks the most accurate. I like how it's not as red as the other ones. So while we're on that topic, this figure here has a black overcoat to it and then a red base to the bottom. And that makes that part is the translucent part, I believe. I'm not totally sure on that, but I believe that's the translucent part of it. And it looks really good. It makes it look like he's almost like heating up from the inside, and that like he's like rotting a little bit, which is what the movie aims for. So they nailed that, absolutely nailed this on that figure, or on this figure. So yeah, as you can see, it kind of does that throughout the whole body, and like in the inner parts, you do see that red kind of seep out a little bit. We're going to move down to his chest now. It sticks out like in that little, I don't even know how to explain it, but you can see it right here. It sticks out just like in the movie. That is totally movie accurate. So again, glad they included that. Arms, really good pose. Again, super movie accurate. And then moving down the legs, not really much to say. That's different from the rest of the body, but you do have your toenails or claws, whatever you want to call them down here, that are painted a like kind of tan color to represent the film's color, and it looks great. I do think the claws are really well done here. And same with the claws on the arms. They're painted the same way, and they look really great. Let's move on to the tail now. The tail is super big. Thankfully, they have it curved up here, because if this was stretched out, I wouldn't be able to put this on my shelf. So that works. Also, again, I hate to keep saying this, but movie accurate. This does look like this in the movie, but again, for a convenience factor, this was the way to go. So it curves up all the way, almost parallel to his head on the figure, and we have that kind of same black reddish coloration all the way through the tail. Obviously, the dorsal plates are going to be painted that deep purple, which is because his atomic breath in the movie is deep purple, and that's how it charges up. And we have this like rotting flesh thing here on the end of the tail, which has a little more detail in the movie. They actually did include quite a bit of detail. I maybe could have asked for a tiny bit more, because it is pretty gruesome looking in the movie. It doesn't really give that totally here, but it looks pretty good. You can see the like mouths and like spines, bones, and stuff that are in the end of the tail, and it's also lighting up purple because if you forget in the Shin Godzilla movie, it shoots out of his tail as well. This is my favorite part of the entire figure. Let me see what angle works best for you guys. All right, so this is the favorite part of my figure. This is my favorite part of the figure here, and this is the coloration and the detail of his dorsal plates here. This is maybe some of the best work I've ever seen in a Godzilla figure. I have about 10x plus now, and I do think this might be my favorite because like of stuff like this. But it's painted a really nice deep purple, and when you get like a bright white light on it, it really shows how much this pops. So like the white light that's shining on it now, you can kind of already tell from just the video of sitting here how good this looks. I really, really like the paint job. It's just a neon purple, really pops out. It's going to stand out in anyone's collection, especially an X Plus collection where they go for more realism stuff and you don't get the bright colors like a Marmot or something like that. But this really stands out and it's really impressive. So to kind of just go in a little more depth about it, the whole base is purple. It's that neon purple. And the middle of most of the dorsal plates are also the same purple, but it does fade into a black coloration. Again, like the movie, so this works. One key thing to think about, or one key thing about this figure, this is the first X Plus I haven't attached a Godzilla's tail to. This comes in the box just as is, and it makes life a lot easier because sometimes putting those tails in X Plus is a pain in the ass. So thank you, X Plus. If we can do this a little more, I'm all for it. So keep doing that. But again, I know it's not possible for everything because like a lot of the Heisei series have tails that are like this fucking long. So I was happy with that though. Not having to put a tail in the figure is a huge relief. So thanks, X Plus. Keep doing that if you can. So that's really all I have to say about the review itself. I think I got into most of the details I wanted to. It really is like a lot of other Godzilla's figures in the fact that dorsal plates like fade out in the tail, and the claws. So you've heard some of the stuff before, but the paint job and the way this thing looks, the detail on it is nothing like I have up on my shelf at the moment. This is my first Shin Godzilla X Plus. There's been a few others that I haven't reviewed, so I can't tell you what they're like. But for me personally, this one stands out big time. Now, if you're thinking about getting one of the three, some advice I have for you from what I've seen on Facebook forums is if you're looking for a more movie accurate, to me this is probably your best choice because of the coloration of the skin. If you like light up features and you're okay with that, go with the Rick because that thing actually does look pretty crazy. It has the same paint job, but the fins light up purple. So that looks really cool. I would have been happy with either of the two. The only problem is with I think it's both the Rick Boy and the standard, is that you're going to have a little bit of a less movie accurate version because of how red it is. That's the only thing that kind of held me back from those two. And besides the light up feature, those are something I just never really care about too much. I don't want to put in the time to light up my figures each morning, so I was okay with that. With doing the non-light up, and to be honest, I still don't have a light up, so maybe one day I'll get one, but this was why I went with that one. Also, this one I think is still available on for buy proxy service on the Godzilla store. So if you had the chance to pick this up and you're debating it, go for it because it's probably going to go way up in value as soon as it's done. So if you're hesitating, do it. But then you do have your other options too. I can't tell you where to buy them because I didn't buy them, so I don't have any recommendations of where to get these. But if you want the Godzilla store exclusive, go to the Godzilla store and get it. But really, that's all I got to say about this figure. I hope I did a good job of explaining why it's so awesome. But other than that, I hope you guys like this video. If you're thinking about subscribing, please do. That'd be a great help because we are 9 subscribers away from 100. Woohoo! So that would be fun. If you can hit that subscribe button and help me get to 100, I'd really appreciate it. I do appreciate every single one of you for watching my videos because 100's a big number for me. I haven't hit 100 in the YouTube channel ever. So if we can get there, thank you. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram at Bigelow the Collector, I do a bunch of photography with my figures. So if you're into that kind of stuff, that's what I do. I just kind of post my collection. So go check that out as well. And that's pretty much it for this video. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.